against the Golden State Warriors. And for Golden State, they feel like
the skyline of downtown Toronto really looking wonderful tonight. It's a beautiful evening here on the shores of Lake Ontario. Well, the weekend obviously is in full swing, and so is the NBA. Hey, thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
For a long time, the Raptors playing in Canada was seen by some as a detriment to their competitive prospects. Players dealt with issues like passports, different money, going through customs, and on and on. But now the Raptors use it as a strength, not as a weakness. They have a whole nation behind them. And they have Toronto, a diverse city with global engagement. Kevin?
And the game is going global. You're right. Thank you, DA. Now, Golden State's starting five. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Chris is out there with Draymond Green, and it's Wiggins in at the small forward. And for the Raptors, Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. And Van Vliet out there with Lowry, and it's Anunoby in at the three, the small forward. To the inside, and Ibaka slams it in.
A good find by Kyle Lowry. Doesn't always get enough credit for his vision.
And over the last few seasons, Kyle Lowry's scoring trending downward. His assists increasing, though, dramatically, relying more on his teammates to get the job done.
Wiggins finds Chris. 6 to shoot. Over Ibaka. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
And early on, if you're him, you just want to see the ball go through the net and get into some kind of rhythm.
And we've seen Lowry settling for more perimeter shots in recent years.
I mean, he's always had a great motor, but you have to adapt as you get older. Some back issues starting to creep in, and important for him to stay healthy along the way.
Well, nobody gets hot in the NBA quite like Klay Thompson, Smitty. He is something else. Wow.
Players can get hot, Kevin, but when Klay gets hot, every shot falls in. The records he set with made threes in a game, 37 points in a quarter, 60 points in 3 quarters. When he gets rolling, it's a treat to watch. Well, he might have come into the league as a shooter, but Klay Thompson is so much more than that now. He's a complete weapon on the offensive end.
Here we go, all alone. Here's Chris. Pass to Green. Golden State moving it around. Chris with it. Siakam's there. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Siakam.
Young, rangy big man. Chris possesses a nice skill set, and I think the potential to be a terrific player in our league. Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Marcus All's checked in for Ibaka. Monday Hollis Jefferson comes in for Pascal Siakam. And it's Powell in for OG Anunoby.
This is what we talk about, valuing each possession, avoiding those kinds of mistakes.
And the Warriors making a change here. Looney's checked in. Pascal, the pass to Looney. And Curry has it in the corner. Gasol with the steal. Here's Lowry. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Lowry is just a ball of muscle out there. He has no problem taking a hit like that and still finishing.
Here's Pascal. Another shot. Looney with 1 on the clock. It could go, and still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Warriors lead by 1. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto. One of the most demonstrative players in the game, Draymond Green speaks about the importance of passion and effort on defense.
That's all defense is. It is effort. It's the effort to want to communicate. It's the effort to take that one.
And he should know, a former Defensive Player of the Year.
You know, he just takes pride in being their anchor defensively. And if he's not seeing that effort, he's going to let you know about it.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at the Warriors' performance here, guys, what are your thoughts?
Throughout that first, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
And they took advantage of some careless ball handling, some careless passing. You have to be more careful around these guys.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Warriors, we've got Steph Curry, and it's Pascal in at the power forward. And the dunk by Powell.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged, and everything has to be earned.
The Warriors making a switch here. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Back to Anunoby. Ibaka right side. And Greg, last season, the best scoring average of Serge Ibaka's career.
Even with a down year as far as his three-point shooting, Ibaka's still very efficient, getting more of his offense around the rim, playing some at the 5.
Wiggins is checked in for the Warriors.
And during last season's playoffs, we heard the Bucks complaining about Drake's theatrics on the sidelines. Smitty, do you see any problem with that?
You know, GA, first of all, we know Drake is very animated. He's a part of this organization. We got to know he's a Toronto native, and he loves this team. Yes, it's a problem when it starts to affect the game. But if not, I think all teams, especially the Bucks last year in the playoffs, you just got to focus and play.
Here's Green, following the basket by Pascal Siakam. And the shot is good. The Raptor lead has been cut down to 3 on the bucket from Draymond Green. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Ibaka outside. Back to Van Vliet. Lets a floater go. Powell, no one around him. And it's off from three-point range. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson.
Boy, if you're the coach, you hate to see that kind of miscommunication between your guys.
Siakam looking around. Anunoby, good. Anunoby's got the lead up to 6 now for the Raptors.
Oh, that's great awareness. That's a great pass. Credit Siakam and the work he's done to understand where everyone is in this offense.
And we finished one half of basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. Some good action during the period, as it was just a one. And that'll do.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Steve, we're seeing teams around the league putting up a lot of three-point shots. I'm sure you would have enjoyed playing in this era so much with that green light shooting threes.
I would, Kevin. Getting a chance to shoot maybe 5 or 6 more three-point field goal attempts takes your numbers up. But I also think a lot of these teams are copycats. Everybody can't shoot the three. Work on your game and what's best for you.
Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Lowry out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Ibaka in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half. The pump fake kept the D off balance and gave him room. Chris has got his second basket of the game.
And the D getting outwork there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
And Lowry gets it to go.
That's a well-designed play and great execution. Lowry's one of your better scorers. Get him a shot within the flow of the offense.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kyle Lowry is hard-nosed, as we all know, and if you ask him, it comes from his upbringing in Philadelphia. Lowry said, "A Philly player is what a basketball player is. We played on concrete. You got to be mentally tough. You're not trying to be athletic. You get hit the wrong way, you run into a metal pole." Kevin, that's what made him, from Philly to Villanova to Toronto to an NBA champion.
I don't know about running into the metal pole, but that sounds painful. But he's certainly as tough as he can be. David, thank you.
I'm honestly not sure what that was about. Maybe a protest against his coach?
Or is he actually insane enough to think that he might be able to make that? Either way, we might see him sitting by himself for a while.
The thing about Curry you have to admire, Greg, he never wants the spotlight to himself, even as a leader of his team. He always wants his teammates to shine as well.
You think back to when Clay was trying to break Curry's three-point record last season? Curry was not only cheering for him, but actively setting him up to make it happen. That camaraderie Curry shows is why his teammates love it.
Gasol finds Siakam. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Siakam's got 6 here in this quarter.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
What it was, they are getting better shots, which has gotten them into a rhythm, and they're knocking down everything.
Here's Lowry. Offensive rebound. Hollis Jefferson can't hit.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Yeah, it's one thing to find the guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that took... Look out! Here he comes!
That was amazing, and look at the elevation. You know, he's known as a lunch pail guy. Siakam showing the crowd a little extra that time.
Davis with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. Here's Wiggins, and Davis pulls it down. Raptors leading by 14. Lowry drives in. Here's Gasol. Boucher kicks to low. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Raptors.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Kyle Lowry.
What was impressive to me, it felt like he made an impact in so many areas. Some of the effort won't show up in the stat sheet, but I noticed it.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
To the middle, here's Johnson, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And the Raptors lead by 19.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true home court advantage.
Here's McCall. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Thomas with the ball. He's picked up by Lee. First one falls for him. 2 shots. And both free throws good for Thomas. Here's Looney. Here's Lee. They get a hand on it. Here's Hollis Jefferson. And so Toronto takes this, but by a big margin. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony.